All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Left Hand Brewing Company, and they're out of Longmont, Colorado, and this is their French Toast Milk Stout. So on the side here, they are calling this one a stout with natural flavors and caramel color. It comes in at 6% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. I don't know exactly how old this can is, but it does have a best by date of April 26th of 2023. We're about 5.5 months away from that date. So according to Left Hand, this should be relatively fresh. It actually should be quite fresh if we're being honest. So it's another beer within their milk stout lineup. And I would be lying if I didn't say that I'm kind of skeptical about this one. Why? Because of the ingredients list. Now, they say natural flavors, caramel color. Now, on the side of the can, where is it? A brunch-inspired brew with notes of maple syrup, vanilla, and rich caramel malt. Now, the ingredients: Rocky Mountain water, malted barley, malted caramel barley, rolled oats, lactose, hops, everything's cool, and then French toast flavor, and a yeast contains milk, aka lactose. Now, I recently reviewed French Toast Bastard from Founders. I enjoyed it, but definitely came off a little bit artificial. They were using maple syrup extract and vanilla extract. And here, they're using French toast flavor. You don't see any real maple. You don't see any real vanilla or cinnamon. So that is, to me, a little bit disappointing right from the get-go. I'm hoping it doesn't, taste artificial. But when you see French toast flavor, they're probably using an extract. And that's, beers kind of go in that direction, unfortunately, with these flavored beers instead of doing, doing it the proper way with like actual real ingredients. It's easier to use the extracts. I get it. And I'm sure a lot of beers I've enjoyed over the years use extract. The problem with extract is it's real easy to give off that artificial kind of vibe to it. So hopefully that's not the case here. We will see. Poured into the hashtag proper glassware. So yeah, that looks like a milk stout, poured in more like a dark brown. In the glass, it's really deep and dark as far as a brown color is concerned. On camera, it's gonna look pitch black, but there's a little bit of like a ruby red, lighter brown tinge here at the bottom. Had about a half finger of a straight up tan colored head that is now dissipated to a thin film. Just a little bit of alcohol legs. It's only 6%, but yeah, let's get a nose. So this has been out of my fridge for like a half an hour. I forgot to put it in my darker beer fridge. So I was like, oh shit. So I grabbed it. This is probably in like the 50 range. I'd say maybe a little bit higher. I don't know if my nose is broken today or what's going on, but I'm smelling like a regular milk stout. I'm getting like a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of a roasty character, touch of like a vanilla. It's slightly metallic. I get that a lot of times in the aroma and sometimes in the taste from a milk stout when they're using lactose. Maybe a touch of caramel and coffee, but I am not getting French toast. Maybe something that resembles like a very slightly spicy cinnamon. No maple. That vanilla, again, I could mistake that for lactose. Right now, I'm telling you, I'm smelling this, and it doesn't smell like a French toast beer of any kind. It just kind of smells like maybe a milk stout with a touch of cinnamon and vanilla. Now, I get it. It says French toast, two of the ingredients that they're kind of going for. No maple here, though. Vanilla is not all that pronounced, and neither is the cinnamon. I've said this before. I think Left Hand, great at the nitro beers. Their milk stout nitro, one of my favorite of all times as far as beer goes, just fantastic beer. But they've been losing me a little bit over the last year and a half, trying a lot of their milk stout beers, a lot of their nitro like fruit beers. Just haven't been doing it for me. And I'll be honest with you, this nose is just not that great to me. Hopefully it's better than it smells. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. This is what I'll say. In the taste, I do get some French toast vibes. Definitely. And maybe I appreciate that it's not as big as a lot of times these beers can be, where, again, like that French Toast Bastard. I love Backwoods Bastard, but the French toast flavor kind of dominated. I didn't really get any of the barrel. Like the great parts of that beer were kind of hidden to some degree. Still really tasty. I enjoyed it, but I think they could have done a better job. That's exactly what I'll say about this one. But with the caveat being this is 6% beer, you want to kind of session it. Maybe you don't want an overbearing sweetness from the maple and the vanilla and everything, right? You don't want a huge French toast characteristic. Body's like lower side of medium body, maybe a touch thin. Mouthfeel is really nice. Has a soft, smooth, almost creamy nature to it. So body, bit thin. Mouthfeel, really nice. Taste, right at the tip of the tongue, I get maple. and it's like a distinct maple, and it really doesn't taste artificial despite what I said. It tastes like a real maple syrup. After that, I get like waves of chocolate, caramel, like a roasted malt. So that's nice. As it passes through the palate, a little bit of a dollop, a touch of a vanilla. Then on the finish, I do get like this slightly cinnamon kind of characteristic, but it's more like a drying cinnamon, where I'm getting also like an earthy hop character, very slight. So it dries out the palate. This is like almost full-on dry. Not really bitter, but it has a big dryness to kind of balance out the sweet malty goodness at the forefront. Can't taste the 6%. So I'll say this. Is this bad? No. I'm actually happy that I'm not getting a huge blast of artificial characteristics, even though it's probably French toast flavor, aka extract, right? I'm happy about it. The maple's not too big, it's noticeable. The vanilla, not too big, slightly noticeable. Cinnamon, not really like a distinct, like hugely distinct cinnamon character, but it has a cinnamon kind of dryness on the back of the palate. So does it taste like a French toast milk stout? Slightly, to some degree. What I appreciate about this beer is, even though they haven't nailed the French toast flavor for me, I appreciate that it's not super over the top artificial, and I also appreciate that it's very easy to drink. Here's the problem. A beer like this, not all that flavorful. I mean, a little bit of that maple syrup, chocolate, roasted malt, cinnamon dryness, earthiness, but you know, it's not like blowing me away or anything. Definitely a fun little beer. I'd be curious if other people out there who've had this, did you pick up on more French toast flavor? Did you get like a big blast of maple and vanilla and cinnamon? In order, definitely for me goes maple, vanilla, cinnamon, and the most predominant note of those three is the maple, and it's not all that big to begin with. So if you want a drinkable, very, I'd say, sessionable French toast milk stout, I'd say seek this one out, because it's not over the top. It's not overly sickly sweet. This has, like I said, a real nice dryness on the back of the palate to kind of balance it out. And yeah, I think it's solid. It's not amazing, but it's solid. So I'm going to give French Toast Milk Stout from Left Hand. I am going to give this a very, we'll go low 3.75. I'll go 3.7. I think it's solid. I think it's good. It's enjoyable. To get into the 4 range for me personally, I think I'd want to see maybe a little bit more intensity from the maple and the vanilla and the cinnamon, like the French toast flavors bumped up a little bit. And I think you'd get enough 4. I think that's pretty much stopping me from really, really enjoying this one. But it's not bad to me. And again, I was skeptical going into it. The first half of this review, I'm just like, oh man, it doesn't smell great, blah, blah, blah. It's not that bad. And I'm happy because the nose was leading me down a path of this is going to be not all that great. So price and availability, I think I paid for this. It was like $2.79 a can. I think 6 packs for like 16, 17 bucks, a bit high. But at the same time, you have the French toast extracts and all that stuff. So I would say seek out a single can if you can get your hands on it. I probably wouldn't buy an entire 6-pack of this one unless you can't get it any other way. And availability, I don't know with Left Hand. I just know we see them here in the West New York area, more specifically Buffalo, New York. If you get Left Hand in your area, you probably should have seen this one in the last month or so. Probably still on the shelves right now, but I don't know if that's the case for everywhere that Left Hand distributes to. I just know that's probably the case for most places. Anyway, once again, if you had this one before, post in the comment section. 6%, like I said, you can't even really tell. It's a nice take on their milk stout, albeit just falls a little flat for what they're going for. If I was to rate this French toast milk stout, I'd probably get like a 3.2 out of 5. Like, it's a little bit lower than that as far as what they're trying to nail than what I enjoy as overall as a beer, but overall as a beer, pretty good. Anyway, appreciate it. To the next one. Cheers.